Because alright, big up, big up. Thanks for that, thanks for that. See? Now, a lot of people say them have problem with the Bible. Them have problem with the Bible. See? Now, if you have a Bible, in the first book, it says this is what is written. See? The first book of Moses, called Genesis. No. Peter said big word. None of them word they don't big. None of them word they don't big. But so big up yourself. See? No, you're one of the founding fathers them for a different realm, but you don't know. Glad to see you check in still. The first book of Moses called Genesis. Who agree with Peter said they were the big? Me know them word that word on you can call, you know. Me know all of them word that word on you can call. See? But can you read them? That's the thing. Progress boss said the word big. The word no big, man. As what I tell you, say awareness. All of them, thanks Courtney. All of them words there. Wanna see right there, so? As something one can call out on the mouth already. Which is why I always say, you don't have a pronunciation problem if you can talk. And if you can talk, you already do 50% to reading. You just need to be able to identify what you do. You just need to be able to identify the sound where you hear. See? And that's it. I'm not going to do that word for whatever reason. But I'm going to do that word. See? Now, a lot of people probably don't know how to read this. And for the reason why they don't know how to read it, is not because it's hard, but it's because, again, they're not aware. They don't know, say, oh, this me I do. See? And some of it is kind of tricky, which we can understand because English this and really confusing. See? But in this case, for read this word, can you make that sound? Because we go step by step. Russia, I don't know what the form means still, but see? Oh, you mean your year 4 sound? Because if your year 4 sound, then definitely. See? So this sound, just like how you would say the word fish, every time you say the word fish, you make that sound there. Every single time. Steam fish, fry fish, fish in the sea. You said this song without even knowing so you do it. You're not aware so you're doing it. But you're doing it nonetheless. When you call the word pharmacy, you don't see a F in the word pharmacy. But you know why in a pharmacy? The PH. The PH sound exactly like how the F sound. So when you pronounce the word pharmacy, is that you really say. But if you spell pharmacy so, you're not gonna get that right. I can promise you, because you know why again? Grammar. Grammar is what hold everything together and make it be where it be. Now, I know I'm confusing a little bit. The next sound in another word that is you have to know say you have some type of syllables. And this is how enough people are gonna get a little bit lost, because me not really teach the type of syllables them like so and so. But in this case, one thing what me can tell you, if you see a vowel, anybody can tell me what vowels are? Just tell me what vowels are. Somebody, quick and fast. Alright. Hold on. I probably just mistake you make when you put that in there, cause you don't know. But if I no mistake you make, thanks to correct Mel. A, E, I, O, U. Now, this is what me I go tell you say. And you probably not gonna get it as layman as how me I tell you now. R is a tricky letter. Just keep that in mind. R is a tricky letter. So you see, if you see a single R come with any one of them vowel there, like so, you make them hug together and stay together. If you see a E and you see one single R come beside it, you keep them together like that. See? And sometimes Y and J, yeah. But in this case, we not use Y. We use the actual vowel. A, E, I, O, U. See? If you see a O, R, you keep it like that. If you see a U, R, you keep it like that. If you see a I, R, you keep it like that. These are some type of syllables where you need to know and understand how them operate. See? Because what me can tell you say is the ER one, the UR one, and the IR, all the OR, all of them four sound the same way in some cases. Them sound the same exact way. And I go put some word on it for sure no and prove to no. See, me now want to rub off for my have. So open you can follow along. Anybody know that word? I promise you, when you say the word, when you call this word, you go hear a See? So the the IR says That's the sound, that's the pronunciation we give off. See? Sir. So this IR actually say See? You get that? Watch this now. I'm going to use this again because I talk about them from night. The doctor and the nurse. Now, a while ago I tell you say IR sound and ER sound You see a IR or a ER in that? No. But guess what? Ding ding ding. The UR in this case also says This is why the word is nurse. See? Because the UR in it are pronounced as and because it are pronounced as you get the sounds where you put together. Nurse. So even though you see it spelled with 5 letters, a 3 sound you actually hear in it. Nurse. See? I know I say somehow no left on the yard this morning and I wanna go work. This OR again says Listen to the word. I know enough how to spell work this way now. I know a lot how to spell work that way. But that's not the correct way to spell work. This is WORK. But as I say, back to what I say, if you see a single R and you see a vowel before it, keep the two of them together. Whether you know what it's or not, just keep it together. You have a better chance of calling it. So, for continuing this word now, we have 2 sounds. So, this sounds, when you put them together, you're going to get fur. When you put these 2 sounds together and call that, you're supposed to get something more sound exactly like that. You're supposed... Somebody do that for me. If what you get actually sound like this, let me know. You put 2 sounds together. Fur. Just let me know if it sound like this actually. Like the fur. Like cat fur or soft fur or whichever the case may be. Alright. Definitely. And it come back to the reason why we did come back to what we did I say. The UR can sound right? So because it can sound and all of that, that go on. People like on a drop asleep, man. Go we tap up the screen till you reach 20,000. Cause I look like some people are asleep. Make sure it's nobody not asleep away. Who can tap? Who can share? Who decide say they want to send something can do it? Who matter of fact, intermission. Wait, Mel. Me not get what they know for. Tell me what they know for again, please. Oh, you're not asleep? Okay. Okay, good. Mel, big up yourself. Del Pal, big up. Colin, big up. Nah, man, Colin, what you talk about? You're early, we just start. we just start. Bless girl, big up yourself. Alright, people. For those who is interested, this is my profile page, right? I don't know if you see good or what. But you see, that's something the way you see what mark Linktree, Kimarreadingclass. If you click on it, it'll go right here, so. Right? So, we have a group where you can click on this for join the group. You can also go on the Instagram, you can also go on the YouTube. Right? We have a YouTube video upload. As you can see, it's the same live with us. Run it back so that who never did it or who never see can get to see. So we have a YouTube page as well. Same name as TikTok. You can jump on it. Follow if you don't want, follow like if you don't want like. Or you can just watch back some of the videos them we post. Right? So enough for the intermission now. Back to this thing now. Hope nobody not asleep. For continue reading this word now, and if you don't notice me I go very slow, it's for a reason. Because this is the principle you use to read every single word. You move from left to right and read the sounds, what the sounds them have. Once you do that, you're gonna have no problem. You're gonna have problem, but you're not gonna have no problem. See? The next sound is S. And remember we learned say S don't always sound like that. It can sound like Z as well. Right? But it depending upon some other factors. So now we have three sounds. F, S. When we put all of them together, we are going to get first. Right? So that's only three sounds. So if you notice when I said this, first, you don't hear the sound of this letter upon it as yet. Because we don't reach to that point. So you see, because we don't reach to that point, we can't add it in. Now, if you did hear me say, first, it incorrect. Because first thing first, no L no up there, if make the L sound. If you hear me say, first, it incorrect again. Because no letter P no up there, if make the sound, what me I try make it make. See? So, this word, how you read this word, is exactly like this. If you see this tomorrow, are the same thing. If you see it next week, are the same thing. You get what I say? No, Sylvester, you're not late, man. We just start. See? We are learn to read the word first. For those who don't know. And guess what? You see, if you can read this word, more you understand, say a lot of people out there can't read this word. It might sound strange and it might sound weird, but a lot of people out there can't read this word. See? For go back again. If you, the R is very special in English. Always remember that. You have to remember that. The R is very special. Now, if you see R side of vowel, if you have a vowel, I have a single R side of it, keep the two of them together. Because it's going to help you greatly. See? Just keep it. Even if you don't know what it's for. Just remember say one mad somebody did tell us if you keep it together, and it's going to make your life better. See? So just keep it together. Now, this IR says and we'll put the two sounds together. First. And that's the word. That's how you read the word. First. See? The next word I'm going to look upon is people. That makes sense a while ago? You know, understand that a while ago? That help you in no way, shape or form a while ago? Let me know. Let me know if it help you know. Alright. Big up. I love that. That are the next word we are look upon. Love that. Anybody want to be a guest and come up and help me? Cause anybody want to be a guest? Alright, so nobody not send me no gift tonight, but it's alright. Now I don't know. When we send it one day when I'm ready. If I'm ready. But back to this thing now. And we are come back to the whole grammar again. Grammar. Big up Diamond Soul. And people, if you listen to Diamond Soul, you know, Diamond Soul say let's tap away. When if you tap away for true, just tap and share the love and you don't want one tune, you don't want look at energy or something. But anyways, this word, if you don't understand verb, I remember we go through that. I know it never really makes sense, but there is a method to the madness. We have what we call verbs. See? We have what we call irregular verbs and we have what we call regular verb. So, let's say on one side, the word be. Did people don't know said this is a verb, be is a verb? Who did know that? So on one side you have irregular verb, and on the next side you have regular verb. See? Now, these are both verbs. These are two verbs. But what is that, again, subject and verb must agree. And when you hear me say them something, I say it out of my head because I remember it from school and I remember say I have to continue remember. When you hear somebody say I am, you didn't know say from the verb I come from? Who didn't know that? Thanks for the gift, people. Thanks for the gift. Enough love. Wait, what kind of noise that? So, alright, Diamond Soul say no. So me go through it. Right, the word Genesis down here, sucker. So me know. I am, you are, he is. Yes, you see these. You probably don't know, but me I tell you now, these are verbs. You have one word what them call conjugation. What that means is that you have a verb, right? Verb, let's say you have the verb to be. To be is a verb. Now, this is in a form what them call infinitive. Infinitive. Right? But in order to make sentence and all of that, you have to be able to can conjugate it so that you can show the subject of the sentence who is doing the action. Because verb deal with action, right? Or a state of being. And then now you have the subject. See? We have to agree with the verb. Now, if you hear somebody say, you you would have said them person is a mad person though. Because you know say you never go with and you always say you with are though. Is a reason. The reason boil down back to the conjugation. So this part of it is the verb, is irregular verb. So because it's irregular, it not really, it's still like how we as Jamaicans still, we're moody, we're miserable. This minute we're alright, the next minute we don't alright. And because of that now, we're very moody and unstable. So that's how the irregular verbs them I deal with. See? That little bit clear and can help you out a little bit. You're not gonna hear somebody say ER. Grammatically, it's not correct. You can say it if you want, you know. God not gonna see enough to say it. But grammatically, it's not correct. When you're making sentence and them little thing there, it have to be structured in a way where grammar said this is acceptable. So when you read and write and spell, grammar is your boss. That clear to anybody? Alright, good. Now upon one side, you have all of this bag of confusing something, right? But guess what? The pronouns are still the same. I, you, he, she, it, we, they, and so on and so forth. See? So the pronouns are the same. So let's say that you start your learning journey. You can learn words like I, you, he, she, it, because guess what? 90% of the time you're going to be using them. So if you want to boost your speed how you learn and your vocabulary and all of that, you can learn these things because they're going to boost your vocabulary, going to boost your understanding, going to boost a lot of things, right? So yes, you learn how to read, but at the same time, you can choose the word them where you use for learn to read. So that way, it's like I don't want to use the word kill still, but it's like two birds, one stone. See? Now, I want to look now what going to happen over here. So this side is a regular verb. So because it is a regular verb, it now go take on the same format here where you see this take on. See? So in this case, you are going to say I call. In this case, you're going to say you call. It's not you calls the police. It's not you calls your partner. And even saying it just sounds weird. So automatically your brain that hey, hold up man. What go on there so? Fix that. See? Your brain are going to tell you these things. And he, she, it calls. This is where we come back to the calls now. See, as what I say, you have irregular verb and you have regular verb. But here why I say all of that and go through all of that just for come back to this point. We are going to move off the irregularity of it. See? Because this is what we call a regular verb. See? There are structures and there are patterns and there are things that we can add to them. There are affixes what we can add to them. There are words what we can add to them. See? And then now you have to remember say we are dealing with time. You have present tense. This is in the past tense, by the way. When you conjugate it in the present tense. I'm sure you hear the word already. Present tense, past tense, past tense, perfect tense, continuous. I'm sure someone hear them already. I'm not the first not hear them. Even if I don't go school, I'm the first not hear them. But one of the main reasons why I'm draw for the word is because it's in the Bible. And for order to understand this word in the Bible, you first need to understand this word. This is just an ending that is added to this word, you know. This is just an ending. This over here, so you see my average, so is just an ending that is added to this word. So, if you don't learn nothing tonight, you can remember that in your head. Remember the two letters. Sylvester. I'm not sure, but I can try. If I have a occupancy, am I saying that right? If I have a slot where I fill, probably I would just come back for the working people who come from work late and can get in a little time. See? So, yes, back to this word. You can't read the Bible, but if you can't read the Bible, no problem. You start somewhere, you can read this word. Now, go get into the nitty-gritty of this word. And you see me underline them 2L because we want to keep it together. See, is a reason why we do some of the madness what we do. Not because we're mad, but there's a method to the madness. See? Now, this word, the first thing first, in order for even read this word, there is something else where I have to go teach you know. See? Or you might feel like me is a mad person, you know, but when they're there with me, so I'm mad too. So, there's a rule. I'm gonna have this video. I do have video. I think the biggest video I'm gonna have on the channel with a G, right? CAEIOCUCY. EIOU. Now, there's a something where you need to understand. But I think I got see this still in the boss. But anyways, there's something where you need to understand about all of this thing. Yeah. And I don't have a problem for teaching, because it's the free on the internet, all about. Sylvester, big up yourself. Andre, big up yourself. All who there with me, big up yourself. Mel, big up yourself. Peter, I don't know if Peter gone. Peter the day one at the time. Big up yourself. All of the people who they here as support, I help the thing grow. Big up on yourself. Much respect. All of the people who I reach out to it, much respect. We do private classes. We are going to do some group classes soon. So, when I don't see up on TikTok, we still at work. And if you don't want to join in same way, as well I say, you can jump on the TikTok page and the number there. You can reach out and something that way you can join in a group and all of that. Now, back to what I say to you now. When you're reading, right? When you're reading this letter, there's something important that you have to know. And when I say you have to know, I mean say you really have to know. And I don't want to think say I lie me I tell you no. So I'm going to show you proof. This letter make two sound. When I say it make two sound, it means say I could have removed this and left with them two sound because that it actually I do. Open up power, you don't know. That is it. So, may I say the letter C, it make them two sound here. If you know the letter, the sound for the letter K, and if you know the sound for the letter S. See? If you know the sound for the letter K and you know the sound for the letter S, you know the sound we C make. Now, when you read, this, remember say this is not like a talk, you talk, have a conversation with a friend. Because when you have a conversation with your friend, you're not going to see these. These are non-existent. But what I say to you is that when you read, you have to know how to read the letter C, to read it correctly. Now, this way you see me have up here, so you don't go for no book or a pen because you don't need to write it down. See? When you that way you see me right, I'm going to explain it to you now. Can't remember that. God bless. You don't know, say God bless. So, God bless. What this means is that if you have a word, let's use this word for example. Read. It means if you see a C and an O, if you have a C and you have a O come after it, it means this pronunciation sound like this letter. And if you don't believe me, just replace the C with this and tell me if you don't get the same thing. You get it? If you don't get it, tap up the screen. If for the same thing, tap up the screen. I'm going to find a video show now. Who can see this? We don't gatekeep around here. When this video was done, it never do with all of the parts them. Meaning say it never do with the letter Y in it at the time when we do it. So you're not going to find the letter Y in it. See? But if you can see it, you can see the same thing. Reading letter. See? 3671.
There are a lot of persons who know how to read, and there are a lot of persons who do not know how to read. There are also a lot of persons who know how to read, but do not know how to read. So well, if you fall into any of these categories, and this video is for you. The letter C has two sounds. It has a hard sound and it has a soft sound. It sometimes sounds like a S and sometimes sounds like a K.
We don't have to go no more. We can just do what we are doing. But people don't see it. Don't see say the information is there. Probably when you watch a video, you don't get said that is what it is for. But it is there. Right? So, for continue, because we're not gatekeep. We're not gatekeep around here. So, for continue and explain what I say, you have this word. And that's why a lot of people don't. That word, if you know that word is city. That word is city. See? So, why is that word city and not S no night? This is the answer. Right so you find the answer. Because there's a rule that says, right? If you have the letter C and then an I is followed by it. When we say followed, it means it come after. So remember we read from left to right. So if we have the letter C and then we have an I come after it, we often know say that C is going to sound like a S. Meaning it going to make it soft sound and it going to sound like S. This is why this word is city. That are the reason. So if you don't know these things, people, you're not going to be able to can read the word. See? And the reason why I do all of this is because we are going to read this word. So, by looking at this now, you supposed to can tell me, say, this supposed to sound like a S. Correct or not correct? I want to see some interaction in the chat. This supposed to sound like a S. Is that correct or not correct? Based upon everything when you see right or so, I want me to tell you. Is it correct to make this letter C sound like a... And by that I mean the pronunciation. Is it correct to make the pronunciation of this letter C sound like a like a S. Talk to people. I want to make sure you don't no drop asleep. Mel, you gonna sleep now? Alright. See? So, is it correct to make this? It is not correct. But, me I go tell you something. Me not try to confuse you or nothing. But, based upon that, me I teach you something again. A whole heap of something I want to learn tonight. And I brain I go bust by your morning. You know? There is a word in English we call exception. This has to be your friend. And when we learn the word Genesis, we are going to see. Exception have to be your friend. Because, you see, even though I tell you, say, this is the rule where you must follow, it don't go follow it 98% of the time. Which means that there is another 2% for error. See? But may I say, if you learn the rule, 98% of the time you're going to get it right. But 2% you need to memorize it, you need to remember it, and you need to do all of that. Just keep the word exception in mind. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year, every time. See? But no, it is not correct, as you know, mentioned, to make this sound like a S. Because the rule clearly states that this supposed to sound like a K. Which means that if you should do this, it basically should have give you the same thing, same way. See? Because when you actually pronounce this word, when you actually call this word, this is what you call. As I say, uno not aware. It's not that uno don't know. Uno just don't aware. Uno believe me now? It's not that uno don't know. It's not that uno don't know. What may I say? I say madness. It is not that uno not doing it. Uno just not aware that uno doing it. That's all. This A says ah. Just like when somebody thump and say ah, that hot man. This A says ah. This double L says L. So when we put all of these sounds together now, we get k, a, l, call. See? So that's the word. Call. I can rub off this now because I'm not supposed to get it off already. See? Back to what we did there. The first book called Moses. See? This ED is a special combination. Because when you want to make word past tense, what wrong with the screens over there? When you want to make word in the past tense, on the screen a glitch or something? Come, I don't know. Alright, that look better. When you want to make the regular verbs them, see, go in the past tense. Past tense. You add a ED to it. Who can tell me one verb? This ED, hey, I really first class premium knowledge now get tonight, you know. God no. This ED make 3 sound. It make 3 sound. It literally make 3 sound. It can sound like a D. It can sound like a T. Or it can sound like a ed. See? Now, what have the word call or other ed? So this word now become called. D. You hear that? So it's like you call this word, call, and then you add the extra sound, d. Called. Anybody hear that and see that? You don't understand what I go on there, sir? Even though you add a ed on the end to make it sure say you talk about something in the past, the ed pronounced as d in this case. Called. You wanna get that? Oh gosh. This is another word. Verb. Cook. No found no love on no belly. See? When you add a ed to this, I want you to tell me the sound on the ear right so for that ed. Yeah. Call a word for me and tell me which pronunciation this sound like. Wonderful. T. So it coming like you actually say cooked and you actually say called. But people, you cannot go in the people exam if you have an exam and go and write CALD because you hear called. Grammatically it's not correct. You cannot go in the people exam and write cooked. It's not correct. But here, me teach you something since night with the S and the Z and the vibration. Uno not aware, but me I go tell you now. This vibrate and this don't vibrate. So it's another tip where you can use to differentiate between which one sound like a D and which one sound like a T, and you can tell what come before it. Me can promise you say this vibrate when you say L and you put your hand on your throat, and me can promise you say this don't vibrate. Me can bet you that and win you. You can try it if you don't believe. Again, what may I say? The ED will sound like T or it will sound like D depending on the vibration. People wanna tap up the life. Make the frequency vibrate. A vibration we are dealing with. Wanna understand what going on a while ago? DJ Kern, big up yourself. You look like you get it. Anybody else not sleeping? Cause we're gonna wrap up in about soon. Anybody else get that? Anybody else don't understand? So when me did that teaching of the vibration, I may tell you say the difference between S and Z is only a vibration. Meaning say the position of your mouth set to make the sound S, and the position of your mouth set to make the Z is the same position your mouth in. The only difference is a vibration. That vibration is very, very important because it helps we to know how to pronounce the sounds them what we are see. It help we if we read the words them what we are see. Because you're going to read on a normal day, you're going to get up and say, let me read a book. And the word is this. But you now know how to pronounce it and all of that. But with that tip what I tell you say, As long as you can remember, say that is an ending that is added to make the verb into its past tense. All you need to do is identify what comes before it. Is that sound vibrating or is that sound not vibrating? Then it means that when you're reading this word now, you can say, this not vibrating now. So, don't vibrate neither. Cooked. So, you help with your pronunciation. You learn how to pronounce the word too. Not only that, you learn how to pronounce the word too. You probably can't get this ed out of your head no more. And because you can't get it out no more, you know say anytime you spell word now and then now it in the past tense, you know say you have to add the ed. Make sense, people? If you are reading, you get the word call, and you have to put it in the past tense. All you need to do is just look which sound this and make. Put your hand on your throat. If it a vibrate, d, you can see say d vibrate as well. See? I'm going to show you another thing what the ed can do. Because a two sound and see say the ed can make. Do. Anybody know this word? Decide. That word is decide. See? This is a regular verb as well. So for actually make this go in the past tense, we're supposed to add a ed though. But what we often know is that, how that look? Write it back. Decide. Decide. This is the verb and then we'll add a ed upon it. That look correct too, no? Angie, stay tuned. I'm going to show you what going on. It don't look correct. And your mind knows say it not correct. And your eyes know say it not correct. See? Russian is not a D you add. Even though it appear like you just add a D. See? Even though it appear as if you add a D alone. You don't just add a D. Let me show you what going on. D-E-C-I-D. And you have a E. What you have to do is you have to drop the E, then you add ed. Make sense? It look better now? So it is not to say that you had D. That's not the correct way to go about it. Because even though you see words like this, it's not D them add. It look like a D them add because it perfectly fine. But you drop the E and then you add the ed. This now becomes something where you did do because this is not present, this is past. So you liked the video. When we started earlier, you liked the video. You don't like it now because it's present now. See? That is present. That is in the present tense. See? Forget this in the past tense. You don't just add a D. You remove the E and add a ED. And I have to show you it that way because that is the correct way. Even though it look like you add a D, yes, you know this now. Go and add the D because you know. So now you know, now you're aware. You can take the shortcut, but you can't take the shortcut before you become aware. People, wanna think me do good tonight and I think that makes sense? We still have Genesis for doing, you know. See? Big up. No say me I do a good job, but I don't send me no gift. I don't keep me motivated. Come like me have to go stop come live. But as I say, people, these are some, I mean I want to say simple, basic or whatever the case may be. I want to say these are things that should be a part of your reading journey. Because when you start learning to read, these are things where you have to start book up on. So what I'm saying is that when you start learning to read, you're not just going to learn sounds alone. Learning to read sounds alone will not cut it. Because as you can see, there are different features about the whole thing that you don't, right? So, yeah. On I say good job. Tap up the screen for me. Bring we got 42,000. And the last thing we're gonna do is the big word. Where Peter say a big word, but look like Peter gonna sleep. Oh God. Kim Davis. Thank you very much. I thank you all for coming and make the live nice and the participation. Should I come back tomorrow? Should I come back tomorrow, or should I just call it a week? Angie, big up for that, you know. Enough respect, you see. That come like yes, I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Hey, when we come back tomorrow, hey, I work, you know, what go pay me? The government now pay me, you know? What go pay me? But anyways, for right now, it's just for the love still. One day we'll not go pay still, but for right now, you know, the Lord say, let there be light. I mean, I make there be light. Alright, Tanisha. No problem, you know. But are you first? Me I come to for the first payment. Because you say me for continue. You say me for continue. You are the boss now, so as the boss, you have to go pay the worker, you know. I actually have private class, you know. Me never mentioned that, but 876-885. And people, don't call me now, please, because I don't see me there, so. But whoever want to call me, can call me. Whoever want to send me a WhatsApp message, can send me a WhatsApp message. Reach out to me, find out how you can go about getting classes. Because when I go always see up on TikTok, there might be a time where them strike we and say, oh, you can't go live, or there might be a time where we just not come TikTok. So, we're going to start do it more private. This is just for the public now. Want the public know what's going on. Want the public to understand that there are things out there. It's not hard. It's fun. Funnily, in a funny way. But it's weird. But it's still fun. Because I know say we must learn something tonight. If we don't learn nothing tonight, I know say we must remember say we can put on a hand on the throat. And all of them something there, all of them something there. Right? As simple as that might be. Because as I noticed a while ago, we use it for more than one things. We definitely use it for more than one things. When we start, it looked like we never did that go nowhere, you know. But that's just to show you say reading is important and reading is powerful. Reading is powerful. Right? People, I can't believe when I not tap up the live, you know. But anyways, this a part are the nice part. You remember a while ago we do ED. Oh, I never did tell another word. This word is actually decided. So this part of the word, it don't sound d or it don't sound t, but it actually use the two letters them, right? Just like how you have bed, you have dead, decided, right? So that a three pronunciation that now you have with ed, d, t, and ed. When I have to remember that. Me can remember it for no. Me can make on a weird tweet, but when I have to remember say. I'm gonna put the number in the chat. Marcy, you're still there, man. Big up again, same way. 876 856 3 get. So whoever want to reach out can send a WhatsApp message or whatever the case may be. The number will go in about 50 seconds, so who want it can take it off, who not have it yet. People, I'm not going to tell you how I break up the word Genesis, but I just going to show you say, I saw me do it. I'm not going to tell you the formula because I can't get everything to the public. You have to understand that. I have people who actually pay for a lot of these information. So, we can't give free and the public at the same time. Alright, cool. You know where your head. Me know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you one time, but you just use that time there where you do nothing constructive and you can just stop another time there. And then now, when you have focus, you have focus. But back to this. This is going to be the last thing. So all who want to go to them bed, can go to them bed and work a morning. And all who not go to them bed, want free for do what you want to do. Now, the first part we are going to look upon is this. See? I'm going to teach you one more something for the night. And I'm going to show you again say the information is already there. But a lot of people don't know say it there and they're not paying attention to it. Now, the word is Genesis. Well, that's how enough people say Genesis. You have some people say Genesis. But for the most common part, a lot of people say Genesis, right? Russians say J. This sound, this word actually start with the sound of like J, J, right? Who can tell me reason for that? Anybody know the reason for that? If anybody know the reason why this sound like a J, just put it in the chat. G-E. Russian, big up yourself. Because of the E. Right? Because of the E. I'ma have this video. As well on the channel, right? You remember a while ago we do C-A. What's wrong with that now? C-A, C-E, C-I, C-O, C-U, C-Y. Hold on, may I miss one? A-E-I-O-U-Y. You remember how we do that? Guess what? It's not necessarily the origin of the word November. Sasha. It's not necessarily the origin of the word in this case, right? Could be, yes, but not necessarily. Watch what we are gonna do. We are gonna move all of them now. All of the C them and leave the vowel them and put G then. G. So now we have G-A, G-E, G-I, G-O, G-Y. See? Now, the rule is that... What may I do? No. The G-A, it sounds like a G. Now we can differentiate the G's in a RG and soft G. See? One probably can't see about that, but the G-A sounds G. Right? So, the two sound where G can make. Because when you read... Yeah, I go see G. But when you read the letter G, this is where it comes important. When you read the letter G, you have to know say it can sound like a G or it can sound like a J. How do you know when it sounds like a G or when it sounds like a J? It is when the vowels follow it. So when the vowel E follows it, it sounds like a J. Which is why a lot of people did say it sounds like a J. See? When time a I follows it, it sounds like a J. And when a Y follows it, it sounds like a J. In all the other cases, it sounds like a G, G, G. But a while ago, I did tell you one word, one big word. You remember it? Exceptions. Exceptions. I hear why that's important now. Because even though you have GY, right? And in the word gym, you would have the same J sound like Genesis. See? So, we'll see how that go. But watch you now. What about this word? Gift. Why this don't sound like a J? For what reason it don't sound like a J? Why is that? Why is this word not gift? Or this word? Why is this word not girl? This shouldn't be girl, this should be girl. Because based upon the rule, it says when you have a GI, it should sound like a J. So this should sound like a J, don't it? But again, people, the word exception. You gotta have some words where don't follow the rule. And again, me I gotta say, just like how you have bad man, I walk with gun, where them not supposed to do that, them not following the rule is the same thing where these words now follow the rule, which is why this word becomes so important. Exceptions. You have to know that there are exceptions, right? That is why this sound like a J. J. No, this sound like a J. This sounds like a E, right? J. Just like you have the word bet, B, E. So this actually sound like a E, right? Now, this is where it will get a little bit tricky for some people. You have N. And remember what the word in the original? Jenny. So this E right here, so don't sound like this E over here, so. But E a E though. Again, this E right here, so don't sound the same as this E right there, so. And that is the trick in the whole word Genesis, along with this sounding like a J. Everything else about it is normal. Right? But again, people, the point I'm making is, even though you see the letter, right? Even though you see the letter, it does not mean that it will always make the sound that you think it make. Because some letters make more than one sound. And that's very important to know as a person who is learning to read. Some letters make more than one sound. So even though this is one E and the name of it is E, the name of it is E right here, so, and the name of it is E right here, so, it will not always have the same sound, and in this case it does not. Right? E, sis. So this E right here, so, sounds like this sound right here, so. So this actually sound like a I, and it give Genesis. Genesis. So that's how we break down the word Genesis. It's not necessarily silent. You have words where it coming out where it's silent. Like the word like. Right? The E silent, because you're not going to hear it. But at the end of the day, the word Genesis, you have to remember that some sounds can make different sounds. Or you come back that, just swat it. You never do exam and swat the exam and go into the exam and pass. Of course. Just memorize it. Because some things you're going to have to memorize. The rest of it is rules. So, what may I say? When I learn the G rule, see? When I learn the G rule, then now, you have to know, say, you have to go swat the word girl, and you have to go swat the word gift. And there are others, you know. Right? You have to go swat them. But you learn these separate from learning these. See? You memorize these, and then now, you have to just know it. Well, that worked for me. I don't know if it's going to work for you, but people, I think we can call it tonight now. What do you think? I think we're going to learn a lot tonight. What do you think? And Courtney, see the floor there, you can tap up the screen now if that you want. Wow. People, how we go on? Enjoy on yourself, how we go on? Mel, how you stay? You good? Your brain still there? I don't want nobody brain mash up, you know. But I say one more. Big up in an alpha. You don't know. One alpha. I never even know say you check in, but good thing you show yourself. People, don't tell me how I go on. I enjoy the lesson. I come back tomorrow and I just sleep. Just go to my bed early and nobody come. How you go? Alright. That not sound bad. I wonder if I could have gone better still, but you know. Alright, Mel, from you say that in the Mel. I hold that close to my heart, you know. Cause you're there from the class start. So Diamond Soul. Big up again, you know. I gotta try to come at the same time. But I don't feel like I come back do English tomorrow though. I have something where my brain just bother me about, where I just feel like I want to come talk about. You know? Feel like I want to come talk about it. It have to do with, I don't do no more now, but I just show you something. It have to do with a word here. And my journey and how me remember how to spell this word. Because the word is a very weird word for spell and sound. It not sound like nothing where you think it sound like, but me understand why it sound that way there. Some would have probably want to show, no? But it means that I have to go through Italian. Because me get the idea from Italian. Right? And people, if you don't want to learn Spanish, are the same principle. If you don't want to learn French, are the same principle. Right? We have a course where we do it more detailed and structured. We don't go through all of them something. But we focus on the principle, we focus on the rules. Just like how you see, we tell you about the C rule. Just like how you see, we tell you about the G rule. Just like how you see, we tell you about putting your hand on your throat and, you know, calling the sound and see if you get a vibration or no vibration. So if you don't leave with nothing tonight, you leave with the fact say vibration is important. Just a small vibration can change everything. Just a small little vibration. And for who just a come, go on in a mirror, put your hand on your throat and say the sound for the letter S and say the sound for the letter Z. Alright? People, it was a good night. Wishing all a safe journey tomorrow and I go work and all of that. And just big up on yourself. You go clock off anytime soon. Yeah man, Rushy, no problem. And who want to reach out to me, as I say, can reach out. The YouTube channel is there. Right? We upload some videos from time to time. We have one up. You can search the same name on YouTube. You can search the same name on TikTok. Anywhere you want to search it. If you want to help the thing grow, you know, so that more people can become aware. Alright, so that word is conscious. Conscious. And you hear the SH sound tonight. Conscious. But you don't see the SH, no. Leave that for another night. People, bye bye.